What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece commentary video, and this time it's going to be another match from the Sang Sang Mexico Regionals that happened on September 28th. It's going to be the top 8 match. Again, it's going to be Jesus on the Animal Zoro deck and Eric on the Jewelry Bonney deck. So we're going to check out the Zoro versus Bonney matchup. First of all, let's get into the deck lists. And I'll address the elephant in the room. I got my face cam back. We're back, baby. Sunglasses are on. I found them. I lost them for a while. Didn't have a camera for a while. But now we're back. So, let's go. But either way, let's check out Eric's top 8 Bonney list. As a Bonney enjoyer myself, I kind of like this list. Kind of implements a lot of things that I was thinking. Notably, the no Zoro. I mean, I feel like I was kind of the no Zoro guy for a long time. While everyone was like hyping that card up, I was just kind of always shitting on it. This guy's not on Zoro at all, which is bonkers. Which is, I think, amazing for the deck. I think the fact that people are cutting Zoro and having success shows that this deck is not dead and that it's not a one-trick pony, that it's not just relying on Zoro. And just, Zoro's always been a bad card. Like, obviously, it's a cracked card in a lot of circumstances. But it's just, it's a on-play, do nothing. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So I'm glad to see a lot of people, some people are experimenting, at least without the Zoro, and finding success, because I really don't, I never even thought it was needed in the first place. Obviously, it's a good card, and it's a good player, like a build around your deck, but the fact that Lucci is so popular, and Black Yellow Luffy, everyone's on the Kuzan, everyone's on the Ice Age, it just makes Zoro infinitely worse. So just the fact that you could play the card, kind of you're already getting the value out of the card in some respects by just like saying that you could play it. People just have to respect it and play differently than they would. Which is, I'm assuming, was what Eric took advantage of a lot of this weekend. People thinking they know his list when they really just don't. So let's get into the list itself. 4 Cavendish, obviously. 4 Bonney Searcher. So first of all, 4 Bonney Searcher, 4 Baby 5 Searcher. Cutting the Zoros means that you could probably just play this package again. Which I've always thought that Double Searcher was the best way to play the deck personally. And then to go along with the Baby 5, we have the Baby 5 2K and 3 of the Viola. To go along with the Bonney, we have the 2 Scratchman Apu 2K counters. So a total of 9 2K counters, along with the 3 event, also searchable off the Baby 5. And then we go into the Don Quixote Rosinante, just a busted card in the deck. The other blocker, Urog, staple. And then 4 of the Cavendish, 4 of the Bonney to go along with 1 of the Rosinante. I think that's fair. I think if, potentially I would have been guided to play Zoro in this spot, but I definitely understand, like I said, definitely understand not playing Zoro and playing Rosinante over it. The one of it's searchable, and it's just like not good a lot of times, but sometimes it's really good. So it's like, it's a good one of, I think. And then 2 Kid, pretty cool. I love Kid. I've always loved Kid. And then 4 Hody, of course, and then 4 Doflamingo, which obviously Doflamingo I think gets a lot of hate in terms, or like disrespect in terms of how good he is in this deck. I think this deck, I think Doflamingo's busted, and I always have. So nothing much else to say about that. So let's get into the Zoro list, Jesus's list. Pretty interesting list from Jesus. Just off the bat, only 3 Kid Killer and 3 Zoro. I could understand 3 Zoro. Kid Killer seems like the most busted red card ever, but I mean, I'm sure he has a reason for not playing it over like one of the Luffy's or something. That's what I probably would do, is like max on the Kid Killer while minusing a Luffy or something. I don't even know if I would play Luffy, but either way, not my deck. Kid Killer, 3 Kid Killer, 3 Zoro, 3 Luffy for the rush component of the strategy. And then Nami Searcher, of course, which can search your 2K Brook, 3 of that. It can also search 2 of Robin to deal with like Bonclay, Rebecca. I'm assuming mostly Rebecca is what you're clearing with this thing. And then like Bonney searchers or something. She can also obviously find the Zoro, Luffy, and then the 4 Book Chopper, the backbone of the strategy, 4 Blocker Chopper, of course, 4 Alabasta Chopper, of course, and Jesus actually decided to play 2 of the, what I call the Vanilla Chopper, but I'm assuming in this deck, since you're like, what can this set? No, it has to add a 4 or less, so your only real target is like, you can't even add this Tony Chopper off of it because you can't add Chopper off of it. So your real targets are like Zoro, Rob, and Nami. If you even ever play that effect, I really think it's probably just a body that's searchable off Nami. That's what I think it is. At least we'll see if he ever uses the effect, but I just have a very sneaking suspicion that this card is just a vanilla in this strategy. Chose to play 3 Makino 2K to go along with the Nami and the 3 Kureha in the deck. Kureha obviously searchable, or searching the Hiking Bear, and then obviously the Choppers as well. And then 3 of the Animal 2K that is playable off the Chopper, but really doesn't really have any synergy otherwise. And then for the events, 4 of the Shut Up and Come With Us event, busted card, very good, pretty standard at this point. And then 2 of the Diablo Jambe to assist in the black and black-yellow matchups, I'm assuming. So let's get into the games. Obviously going to be a best 2 of 3. And don't mind my cats, they're going absolutely insane on the blinds right now. So not exactly sure who got the higher seed, so who gets to choose, but I'm assuming it's Jesus. Bonney is going to tap 1 just to play the Bonney Searcher. Passer, oh yeah, we need that double speed action, don't we? First of all, quality 1080. And then we'll go 1.5er on her. Jesus is going to play down the Nami Searcher. Going to look at 5 upside down cards and find the 3-drop Zoro Rush. What the? Why did the judge just put his hand on Jesus' deck? That was weird. I really hope this judge isn't the type that like gets. Whoa! He just revealed 3 Dofi off of that Bonney, and then barely got a target off of the Bonney, 5-cost Bonney at the very end there. He revealed Dofi. I think 2K or something. That was pretty nasty. But what I was saying was, I really hope this judge isn't the type of judge to like try. To try and get involved in the game super heavily, because I despise that whenever judges insert themselves into the matches. But Zoro will swing 5 at face, actually, ignoring the Bonney Searcher. Bonnie's going to tap the Nami, of course, and then give him a 1K counter, the counter that they just searched off of that Bonney character on the field. And then Zoro's going to immediately play this. That is going to be obscenely annoying if the judge does that all game. Anyway, plays the Chopper, the Book Chopper, look at top 5, finds the Vanilla Chopper, and then passes turn with 1 Dawn standing. You can see they're kind of hiding that down a little bit with their hands. Yeah, pretty old tactic. And then Eric's going to be able to play this Cavendish on curve, going to up 2 Dawn and then put 1 under leader, swing 6 into the Chopper. And then assumingly just pass here. You don't really want to tap out as Bonney against the aggro matchups of... Dude. I'm sorry. I don't know if that annoys anyone else in the comments, but that is... I've been in that spot where like judges try to mess around with your field and like are always just overbearing and that kind of stuff. I despise that. Let them play the game. Stop touching cards, stop moving cards. We're talking about hundreds if not thousands of dollars on the line at this point in the tournament. You shouldn't be interfering, putting your hand and like just let them play. Just let them play. I mean, I'm sorry I'm getting so mad, but I hate that kind of stuff. Regardless, Zoro's gonna swing. Zoro's gonna swing with the chopper, get the blocker chopper, and then play the 3-drop Zoro. Swing 5. No Dawn under leader, so it's just a 5. It looks like Eric countered out of one of those 5 swings, took the other one, and now another 5 swing is coming their way with a second Zoro rush. And then he's gonna give him a 2K. I'm going to try not to say anything for the rest of the game, but that... What's the point in that? What's the point in that? Eric's going to be able to play his Basil Hawkins as a blocker. Obviously cannot be removed very easily, and I don't think that this... we saw his list, he's not even playing Rayleigh or anything, so... he's going to be able to swing 6 into this blocker chopper. It dies. Stand up 2 Dawn with the Cavendish effect. And then go 7, I assume, into the book chopper here. And that's going to draw out a 2K and a 1K. What, like, honestly, what is the difference between his leader being here and here? That's not going to mess up... What's going to mess up the game state more than his leader being here and here than here is you... putting your hand, inserting yourself into the game, and getting in the line of vision of 2 players who are playing for thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars we're talking about. Stop messing with their cards. Anyway. Jesus is going to put a Dawn under leader. Swing 7 with the chopper. That's going to draw a leader effect. I don't know what he... I guess he maybe hasn't even used his leader effect yet. Interestingly enough. So, going to take... I believe they took 2 7s there. Unless he pre-donned up something. The Zoro or something. I'm actually going to go back because I was ranting about the judge. I just want to see what this... Okay, so he doesn't use the effect on the first 7. Okay. Interesting. And on this second to last 7, he's actually not going to use his effect again. The effect I'm talking about obviously is the leader effect. So he just never uses leader effect this turn? I'm trying to figure out... why he doesn't activate the leader effect. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but I just have this sneaking suspicion that the judge said something whenever he swung with the chopper, and that caused Eric to forget about his leader effect and like broke his concentration or something. So he's gonna swing 7. Judge says something. Eric says, I didn't say anything. Yeah, I mean, it's a when attacking effect, do it. And then he doesn't use his leader ability to tap like the leader or the Zoro or something. Judge puts his hand in the middle again. I've been in those spots, man. I've been in those spots. And that's exactly why I'm so mad, is this exact moment right here. I have to assume that Eric didn't just forget about his Bonney leader ability on his own. He's obviously one of the best players in the world if he's at a top 8 table like this. If that's what it is, and I would love to hear from Eric himself, if that's what it is, that's despicable, honestly. If you actually said something and that broke his concentration enough to not declare the Bonney effect, that's not good, okay? That's really not good. And I really hope that's not what happened here. for the sake of everyone involved, but it's hard to say. I'll say that much. It's hard to say. Because he's going to take a 7 swing that he should have never swung, or should have never took if that is the case. Going to go down to 1 life here. Zoro's going to swing 10. Leader ability is useless at this point in time. He can block double 2K if he wants to, of course. But he's actually going to take it. Hopefully he can kid this turn. That would be the best scenario, of course. If he just has a kid, the Cavendish is going to allow him to proc kid no matter what. Whether he's at 9 or 8 here. I can't really... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's at 9. So I should be able to kid and leader ability with the Cavendish, but he doesn't have it, unfortunately. He's actually just going to go 7 into the chopper, get 2 Dawn back after playing the core zone. Just, it's free, you might as well play something. And he's going to use the Bonney to search top 5. Finds a Basil, looks like. But he's actually going to take the Bonney Searcher, a second one. It's comical at some point, dude. And then he's going to go 8 into the Zoro. And that dies, of course. And then 7 into the Zoro. He's going to tap his Basil blocker, unfortunately. Going to have to do that. It looks like going to tap 5 for an Uro. Going to have an extra Dawn to play with. Oh, no. It actually doesn't. Actually perfectly curved out there. I thought that blue one was standing for some reason. And then going to pass turn. 1 Dawn standing. In a pretty decent spot. 2 blockers. For all things considered, with like not using leader ability last turn and being at 0 life. Facing down like Book Chopper, Zoro Chopper, like not in a bad spot at all. Jesus is actually going to put 1 under leader, swing 6 into life. He's going to say 6 into Bonney, and he's like, oh, you want to... No, obviously life. Not going to use leader ability again. So just going to give him a 6, 2K. And then going to play Luffy and swing 11 unblockable. And Eric's going to have to scoop it up there. Not using the leader ability that turn didn't really matter, of course. Not blocking that. You got to think that like if Jesus is swinging 6, obviously Eric doesn't know the list, but you have to assume some rush is coming at some point. You can say that he wanted to save one of his blockers for Kick Killer or something, but I would say more if we're looking hindsight always being 2020, you should probably just block that 6 swing every time. Of course, just giving up a 2K, maybe he didn't even have close to 11. I didn't really get to see his hand because I was so pissed off. But I would say like, you know, it's one of those kind of things. I just think the biggest misplay obviously was the turn before, where you could have ended that turn where you clear board at 1 life, and then your leader ability can tap the chopper. Now Luffy just doesn't kill you ever, assuming you don't take your life with like the 6 swing with Zoro, which I don't think he ever would. He would probably just give him the 2K, and then you have 1 more life to take the Luffy swing. You know, but Eric's looks like he's locking in though. Good for him. All right, so we're gonna get going into game 2. Eric gets to choose. He's gonna go second, of course. Jesus is gonna play his Nami Searcher. Looks like a few good targets. We got a Book Chopper, Zoro, Luffy. Gonna end up taking that Book Chopper. I think that's the obvious choice, and then pass turn, especially if you don't already have one in hand. Eric's gonna tap 1 for this baby 5 Searcher, and actually gonna use the ability here. Can find a Corazon or a 0 drop or a 2K. He does have kid in his hand, so he's going to take the 2k here. Not enough bricks to justify the 0 drop. And pass turn. Jesus is going to start with a 2 into the Bonney, or baby 5, and that's going to die. And then 5 into life, he'll take that. Now that he has kid in hand, we can expect him just to start ripping these life, I assume. And then Jesus is going to be able to play his book chopper into his blocker chopper, pass turn. We'll go 5 into the blocker chopper, get a draw 2k Brook out of the hand, and then play an Urog, use the ability at the end of the turn, stand up a Dawn, pass turn. So, yeah, you always just swing with the book chopper here. Look at top 5. Be able to play the Alabasta chopper, see if he wants to trigger that effect. Play a 3,000 or less from hand, no effect. That'll use the Bonney leader ability to tap the leader. Okay, fair enough. Now the judge is saying, I just have to assume he's saying, well, you missed your window. You didn't declare Bonney leader ability on the attack. You missed your window. Bro, what? Bro, what? Look at Eric. Look at Eric. Bro, what? They need to get this guy off the camera, bro. Like, honestly, get him off the fucking camera. Go put him at, like, table 300, 500. Get him away from table 1, man. Honestly. That's insane. I don't know who this guy is. Never seen the guy. Don't even know what he looks like. No clue who he is. But just from his actions in this game, that's a little egregious, man. Get the head judge over here, and let's actually play the game that we're, you know, thousands of dollars are on the line for. Okay? That's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works. He's trying to say that he missed the window for the Bonney. Yeah, obviously. That's how it works. He's trying to say he missed the window for the Bonney. Turn player moves go first. What are we talking about? We're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We're not playing Chain Links. We're not playing the Stack and Magic. We're playing One Piece, okay? You're a One Piece judge. You should know how One Piece works. The attacking player's effects go first, and then the opposing player has the opportunity to use their abilities. They can't go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, nothing like that. That's not how it works, okay? He has the window to activate the effect. Let him activate the effect. Jesus is going to go 6 into life after this whole fiasco. He's going to take that. And then he's going to tap 3 for another blocker chopper, or book chopper. I apologize. Gonna play this hiking bear of the Nami. Seems good. So Eric really just needs to live long enough to see the kid. We saw Jesus' list. I don't really think he has an out to the kid, honestly. There's no like minusing effects in his deck. I mean, obviously, as an out to the kid, he can swing 8, 8, 8, 8, 8 on all that. But what I'm saying is like a minus, like an Otama or a Rayleigh or something. Ooh, and he's going to play the Cavendish, beautiful, on 6, so that he can set up a turn, 8 Dawn turn, or turn 4 for him. An 8 Dawn turn, kid next turn. He can obviously just play the kid, swing with the Cavendish, and then get the 2 Dawn back, put 1 under the kid, hold up 1 for Bonney leader. Actually, you could, you don't need to hold up 1 for Bonney leader because you have the Urog. We're going to go 7 into the book chopper. I think you do just, yeah, swing 6 with the Urok here into either the blocker chopper, of course, or the hiking bear. I could see the hiking bear too, just like guarantee it. But that is going to kill the blocker chopper, fair enough. And then Urok effect at the end of the turn, stand up a Dawn. So now I don't think Eric's dead by any means. In fact, we might see a swing into the Urok if any. Nah, he's swinging life. Because if he doesn't have kid, you probably just win next turn. But he does have kids, so he's actually setting him really nicely for the kid. Knowing that he just has to play this Cavendish, he probably has like a Basil or something in hand. That would be great value in this spot, but that it means that you can't play kid next turn. You just absolutely, with this much aggression, have to play the kid next turn. So great on Eric recognizing that this turn. So Jesus is going to swing 6 into life, going to take that 6. We're going to get the Book Chopper's ability here. Not activating his leader effect again, so he actually just wants to take everything, it seems like. I maybe would have used it there, so you don't have to give up this 1k, but regardless. Takes every life, of course. He's going to be only one real move this turn. Going to tap 8 for the kid. And then swing 6 with the Cavendish, or use the kid's ability. Doesn't really matter. So we'll go 6 in with the Cavendish into the Vanilla Chopper. Get 2 Dawn back. Going to swing 6 with the Bonney Leader into the Book Chopper. We'll get a 2k there. And then going to put 1 under Kid, use the ability, play... He's not snapping down Corazon, so it looks like he's actually going to play Baby 5. Doesn't have the Corazon to go along with it. You potentially don't even play anything in this spot, just to keep the counter in hand. But I can definitely see like playing a Baby 5, if anything. Rogue ability. Rogue ability. Anyway, not going to use Rogue ability, which is unfortunate. But we'll play what I was saying with the Baby 5, the whole Baby 5 of it all. Just saying that it's fair enough to play the Baby 5 over like a Bonney or something, because then you can search the Corazon. He's actually just going to play Jambe on the leader. So I guess that's like a semi-out. Kinda, sorta. I'm just gonna go 14 into the kid. So we need a 3 2Ks and a 1K here. Oh, he's only at 9 Dawn. Okay, okay. So we just need 3 2Ks. Okay, it's only a 13 swing. I was like, what? Okay, makes sense. So I actually didn't even need the leader ability there. Funny enough. But it was free. Like, it's with the Urog, it's free. So it's like, why not use it? But regardless. Actually just top decks a Corazon. Disgusting. Gonna use Baby 5. Grab the 0-drop event. Gonna swing 5 into the Zoro leader. Take that. Actually hitting for first damage on Zoro. Finally starting to swing at life now that Kid is on the board. And then going to play the Hawkins, swing 7 with the Cavendish to get 2 Dawn back up. Okay, sorry, had to deal with cats. So Eric is going to go 6 into life with the Urog, fair enough. Especially if you plan on playing the Corazon this turn. And actually going to play the Corazon and then end of turn ability with the Urog, stand a Dawn up, pass turn. So now we have the Corazon blocker and the Basil Hawkins blocker for the kid and the leader ability, of course. And now the problem with last turn is that he didn't have the Corazon. For those who don't know, Diablo Jambe is not an out to Corazon. And he does have the Diablo Jambe in hand, the second one in his list. Pretty good. But unfortunately in this circumstance, because the Resonante has that second effect, it will essentially be useless. At least for the purposes that he did for last turn. Just to like swing huge to the kid. Oh no. So yeah, Eric explains the second effect of Corazon blocker. Jesus just looks defeated, like he just made the biggest misplay of his career. Unfortunate. Everyone, I mean, it happens to everyone, especially when you're on stream. That kind of stuff happens, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? Eric had a similar blunder last game, so we'll even out the circumstances. I wonder what he could have done otherwise. Not sure if there was a clean out anyway. But he's just going to pass after getting this hiking bear on the field with the chopper effect. And I just have to assume Eric's going to go for game in this spot. Personally, I would start a 9 with the kid just to see where we're at. But we'll see what Eric does. They're actually going to start 5. Draw out a simple 1K counter. Jesus has a ton of cards in hand. Hody actually might be pretty good here. I know that Jesus doesn't run the rad beams and stuff, but obviously Eric doesn't know that. So it looks like he's actually scared of rad beam. He's going to play the Dofi just to play it safe. Fair enough, honestly. If you don't know the list for sure, especially if you don't know the list, and you don't know whether he's on rad beams or not, then you probably just, yeah, that's 100% a fair play. Ooh, but the 1-drop event actually finds the worst card it could possibly find for Eric. It's going to find the blocker chopper. One sec. So he's going 6 into the book chopper. Obviously over countered there. 3 1K counters, 6 into 5, unless I'm just totally missing something. Yeah, regardless, he's going to get 10 drop Dofied. And that chopper does not restand. He's going to get 10 drop Dofied. Which, like I said, is a fair enough play, especially if you think that they're on the rad beam. Another sick play would have been Hody. I mean, you get 2 Dawn back with the Cavendish and stuff. But like I said, the worst card to find off of the event for Eric is the 3-drop blocker chopper, because the chopper has the ability Dawn X2 when attacking minus 3,000 to a character on the field. So he's going to swing, put 1 under leader, put 1 under leader, then put 3 under the chopper so that it is an 8K. Gonna swing 8 into the kid. Kid is now a minus 3, so it's gonna be a 5,000 for the turn. Eric's going to use his leader ability, tap the biggest character that can swing, which is the Alabasta Chopper. And then Jesus is going to go 5 into 5 with the hiking bear here, interestingly enough. He can actually still go Kid Killer. Nah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's kind of a free block here. He cannot play double rush with only 5 Dawns, so it's kind of just free to block there, but fair enough not. You don't want to really risk that kind of stuff. So he's going to go 6 into the kid, and that's just going to get a free block with the Basil. So Eric's actually going to get game 2. A few blunders there, I think, by both players. I mean, not blunders, but just small little misplays there by both players. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have made those misplays because I'm not on stream in top 8 with thousands of dollars on the line. I'm sure it has to be just absolutely nerve-wracking, and I'm not trying to say I'm coming off of these guys as like hard or anything. I'm just pointing out, it's my commentary. I'm just pointing out the misplays that I see, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. You know, I'm always willing to be wrong sometimes. But we're going to go into game 3. Jesus does get the choice, so he's going to choose to go second. Eric's going to pass on 1, and then we're going to see Jesus look at top 4 with a Correja searcher and find the Alabasta chopper. Pass turn. Eric's just going to pass. Very smart to not play into the shut up event. Plus, like, starving out Zoro is never the worst thing ever. Hello. Jesus is going to go 6 into life. We're going to take that one. And they're going to play out the 2-drop Brook. Interestingly enough, I'm going to give 2 Rested Dawn to the Dr. Correja, making it a 5-drop with the leader ability, and then going to swing 5 into life. Eric once again did not use his leader ability on the Correja, but now can on the Brook. Pass turn. He's going to tap a 5 for the Cavendish, get 2 Dawn back. Thinking about, yeah, he's just going to pass to once again not play into the event. Fair enough. Just hopefully draw your cards, you know, drop Kid Corazon, and you should be fine. Especially with the Cavendish on the field. He's going to go 6 into life. Yeah, you definitely just tap the Brook here. Take the life, so he definitely has Kid. I mean, I can't see his hand, but I mean, come on. And Corazon, I just saw that one. Can't play it next turn, he'll only be on 7. And that also stifles any sort of Hody plays if you're like taking it really hard this turn. But, I mean, you probably have like a Basil or something, you know. Something worthwhile. They're going to go 7 into life. Probably just take that one as well. Unless you really want to play this Hody. But I do see a Basil. I think you just want to play Basil. But maybe I'm wrong. To get the blocker for the Kid next turn after that. Not a ton of counter in Eric's hand. Oh, is Correja a 2K? Okay, yeah, Correja's a 2K, so it's actually only a 6 swing. So he's just going to 2K out of that. Fair enough. I thought it was a 7 swing. I thought it was a 3K, but yeah. I see that it is now a 2K. Eric's going to play the Basil and then finally swing once with the Cavendish. Of course, to use the ability, you're kind of forced into swinging there. And Jesus is going to take this opportunity to use double, shut up, and come event. Going to get 2 Book Choppers off of that. Of course, they cannot use their ability on your opponent's turn. It is a your turn only effect, and then just let the Brook go. And then they're going to swing 5 into the Correja, let that go. Tap 1 more Dawn, or 2 more Dawn for a Bonney. Because they were at 7. And then going to take a Bonney 5-drop pass turn. So still quite a ways from like winning the game, Jesus is. Especially with this Kid coming next turn. Gonna swing 7 with the Book Chopper and play a Vanilla Chopper. Eric will use the ability after it resolves. And tap the other Book Chopper. Take the life, I believe he did. Yep, because now he's at 1 life. And then I'm going to go 7 into life again with the Zoro leader. Take that as well. Fair enough. Go down to 0. Going to play the Kid. Kind of necessary. And then going to go, 8 into life. Block with the Basil. And then give him a 2K. Scratch Man. Alright, pass turn, and now we are obviously just going to be slamming the kid here with the Corazon. I don't think Jesus is going to make that Diablo John Blade misplay again. Even if he has it, I'm not even sure. I'm going to play the kid. I have to assume a 6 is in order for one of these book choppers. Actually, a 7. Okay. Stand 2 Dawn up. Now you can go like 5 into a Zoro or 5 into the other chopper if you want. Or you can swing with the Basil. Yeah, because you definitely can because you have the Corazon blocker in hand. So just going to try and ensure a kill on the other book chopper here. And going to get a 2k and a 1k, I believe, out of Jesus's hand. And then a 5k into the book chopper, another 1k, and then put one under the kid effect, play the Corazon, pass turn. So now Jesus is just kind of forced to swing. His deck doesn't have any other outs to the card, unfortunately. So he's going to go 8 with the book chopper into kid, use the effect to play the blocker chopper. I guess blocker chopper in and of itself is a little bit of an out, for sure. But it just never really feels good, in my opinion. And also, he obviously doesn't have one on the field at this point in time. So that's unfortunate. And then he's going to go 6 into... Oh, no. He's going to go 8 into the kid and then leader ability, tap the leader, give him a 1k for the 8. And then he's going to go 8 again with the Zoro, give him a 1k for the 8. See what he does here. I think you just have to play that other blocker chopper in your hand, unfortunately. I mean, you're at 5 life. Very unlikely he'll be able to remove it. He does have a Hody in his hand, though, which will be kind of just free next turn if you replace the Bonney or something. So... But, I mean, there's no real way to play around that card, I feel like, in this spot at least. And just going to play the 2020 Chopper blocker to set up some minus on this kid next turn and hopefully get rid of it. And then pass turn with 2 Dawn standing. Only 2 cards in hand, unfortunately. And I just have to imagine this Hody is coming out of hand this turn. Yeah, I was about to say, where did the other Cavendish go? He's going to tap 7 for the Hody, tap the 2 standing characters, of course. And now we have technically 5 Dawn to work with the Cavendish on the field. Going to swing into the most threatening card on the board, which is that blocker chopper. Get 2 Dawn back, go back to 5 standing. Going to go 6 into the other blocker chopper. That's going to have to die. And then we'll go 9 into the book chopper, just slowly picking apart the board as Bonney is wont to do. And then we'll go 9 with the Rush Hody into the other Zoro. It's going to give him back his Dawn and then pass turn. I just can't imagine a situation where Eric loses this one. Especially knowing Jesus's deck. He's not on any like tech cards or anything for this interaction here. And then he's just going to go 8 into Kid, use Chopper's ability, discard the book chopper, add back to Zoro. So it actually did come up. Oh, no, actually I think you added back. Oh, no, you can't add back the blocker. So you add back to Zoro. So it actually came up, funny enough, that card. He's going to tap the leader and then give him a 1k counter. And then play the Zoro Rush, play the blocker chopper, pass turn. We're going to go 5 into life. Fair enough. And an 8 into life. I'm sure he takes that. And now you can replace the Hody with a 10-drop Dofi. Pretty good. Gonna stun the leader and the Vanilla Chopper. Swing 6 with Cavendish, get 2 Don back. And then swing 9 with Kid. Put a Don under him, hold a Don up for leader ability, hold 2 blockers up, pass turn. One of those blockers being Corazon, of course. Jambay not an out to that card as we learned last game. So we're going to start with a 7 into the Kid, -2 to it. Leader ability, tap the Zoro. And now we need a 2K and a 1K. But we're going to give him 3 1Ks. So that shows Jesus that he's out of 2Ks here. So any sort of like odd swings are probably good enough if you need to do them. We're going to tap 4 for the Kick Killer and swing a fat 8 into 5. Can't imagine that doesn't draw this block out by Corazon. Yeah, there's no need to play around. Yeah, no need to play around Jambay anymore. He only has 3 Don standing. Like maximum, he could do 6 with Zoro unblockable if he had 4 up, but he doesn't have 4 up. So, he's gonna tap 1 for the Nami. Now, see, I can understand that judge interaction. The card was underneath the board. I could get that one. The other one's egregious, honestly. We're gonna start 10 into life just to see what Jesus has, and that is a take. So we're just gonna go 18 and secure the W for Eric off the back of the Eustace Captain Kid. Pretty cool game. Seems like the last 2 games the judge kind of stopped doing what he was doing in the first game, so I'm glad that happened and we got to actually see them play for 2 games. But congratulations to Eric. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Let's look into the lists. So maybe I think Eric might be on the top 4 feature. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll have to wait and see for my next video. But I'll try to cover the top 4 and the finals. This is Eric's list, and we'll go into Jesus's list as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Very well played by the 2 players. You know, obviously a few misplays here and there. My job is to call those out so that you guys, you know, notice that they are misplays. That's what I think. That's what I think of my job. I'm not trying to, you know, discredit the players at all, because obviously on stream, like I said, on stream, thousands of dollars on the line, top 8, going into top 4. I mean, it's pretty stressful. So, you know, don't crucify the players at all. Obviously, they're very extremely good players. They wouldn't be there otherwise. They wouldn't be 9-1 in the tournament. If they weren't extremely good players, and I'm sure they wouldn't have made those misplays if they were off camera. But yeah, so either way, GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.